Welcome to our episode, exploring the powerful link between population trends and a nation's prosperity. Dr. Patel, could you start by summarizing why population size is such a pivotal factor for economic and social outcomes?
Absolutely. Think of population as a nation's engine. When it's growing, you have more workers, more consumers, and more innovators, which can drive GDP upward. But if growth is unmanaged, it can strain resources, much like trying to power a small car with a massive engine.
That's a vivid analogy. However, we've seen countries like Japan and Italy struggle with declining populations. How does a shrinking population impact economic stability and global relevance?
Population decline reduces the labor force, shrinks the tax base, and increases the ratio of retirees to workers. This graying effect means higher welfare costs and potentially slower innovation. In the long run, a shrinking nation risks losing its geopolitical influence, as we've seen with Japan's declining global footprint.
On the other hand, aren't stable populations supposed to offer planning advantages?
Stability can help with long-term planning, but it's a double-edged sword. If income distribution is uneven or if shocks like pandemics occur, even a stable population may face significant vulnerabilities.
Building on that, let's delve into how demographic shifts affect national wealth, innovation, and even military strength. Dr. Patel, how does a youthful versus aging population shape a country's economic potential?
A youthful population injects energy into the economy. They start businesses, drive consumption, and boost labor supply, which can produce a so-called demographic dividend. However, without sufficient jobs or education, this can backfire, leading to unrest or even radicalization.
Interesting. So, more people isn't always better. It depends on the context. How does population size influence a nation's capacity for innovation and defense?
Larger populations provide broader talent pools and bigger domestic markets for new technologies. For example, the US and China have leveraged their populations to become leaders in tech and military power. Conversely, as populations age or shrink, maintaining such advantages becomes harder.
Are there any statistics that highlight these trends?
Certainly. Take South Korea. Its working-age population peaked in 2017 and has since declined, triggering fears of economic stagnation and reduced R&D output. In contrast, Nigeria's youthful demographic could, if managed well, double its GDP by 2050, according to World Bank projections.
Let's transition to policy specifically. Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. What key provisions in this bill are designed to influence population growth?
The bill introduces several incentives. It raises the child tax credit to $200 per child, makes tips and overtime earnings tax-free up to certain limits for workers earning under $150K, and offers seniors an extra sixth the secandi, secomple C, an extra sixth the six, zero deduction. These measures aim to ease the financial burden on families and encourage higher birth rates.
Those incentives sound promising for domestic population growth, but what about immigration policies within the bill?
Here's where things get complex. The bill allocates $45 billion to expand immigration detention and sharply increases asylum and visa fees. It also restricts access to public benefits for legal immigrants. While this may slow population growth from immigration, it could also limit the influx of skilled workers vital to economic competitiveness.
So, the bill seems to send mixed signals promoting family growth while tightening immigration. What's the potential impact of this dual approach?
It creates a push-pull dynamic. Economic incentives may lift native birth rates slightly, but restricting skilled migration could undermine workforce quality and innovation. The net effect depends on whether domestic population gains can offset immigrant shortfalls.
Looking forward, what population scenarios might the U.S. face over the next decade if these policies are enacted? And what strategies could mitigate risks?
Three main scenarios emerge: managed growth if incentives and selective immigration succeed, stagnation if birth rates remain low and immigration tightens, or decline if restrictive policies persist. Each has distinct implications for economic vitality and global standing.
Given these outcomes, what concrete steps can policymakers take to secure a prosperous demographic future?
First, balance border security with pathways for skilled immigrants. Canada's point system is a good model. Second, further expand family support through child tax credits and affordable housing. Third, invest in youth employment and education to prevent poverty traps and maximize the demographic dividend.
How important is addressing regional disparities in this equation?
Crucial. Targeting rural and low-income regions with tailored incentives can prevent depopulation and economic hollowing out. Ultimately, a nuanced, multifaceted approach is essential to harnessing population dynamics for national prosperity.